Maybe this feels familiar. She pulls back, she goes quiet, maybe even tests you with words that cut a little deeper than you expected. And in that moment, everything inside you wants to react, to snap back, to defend yourself, to demand answers. It's almost like your pride is on the line. And the silence feels unbearable. If this is you, you know the sinking weight in your chest when she doesn't respond the way you hoped. You stare at the phone thinking, should I call? Should I explain myself? Should I show her I care? But deep down, you already know every time you react out of fear, every time you chase out of desperation, her interest doesn't grow, it fades. It's like a trap you can't stop walking into. The more you try to hold on, the faster she slips through your fingers. And afterward, you replay it all in your mind, wishing you had stayed calm, wishing you had held back, wishing you had been the man who didn't let her control his emotions. Because here's the truth, she doesn't chase a man who reacts. She chases the man who makes her wonder. So what if, instead of reacting, you learn to do the one thing that flips the script completely? The thing that makes her lean forward instead of pulling away. Most men get this wrong because they think reacting shows strength. They believe if they respond quickly, defend themselves, or prove a point, she'll finally see their worth. But the truth is, every emotional reaction tells her one thing, that she controls your state, and when she feels she can control your emotions, she loses respect for you. A core masculine principle that most men overlook is this: the strongest man in the room is the one who cannot be moved. Presence beats reaction every time. When she pulls back, tests you, or goes quiet, it's not your job to fight for ground. It's your job to stand firm on it. And the men who win respect and desire aren't the ones who argue, chase, or explain. They're the ones who stay steady, calm, and unmoved by her storm. Because while most men crumble under the pressure of silence or rejection, the man who holds his frame reminds her of the one thing she can't resist, the strength she can't shake. The argument had ended hours ago, but his chest was still burning. Her words replayed in his head like a song, stuck on repeat, sharp, deliberate, designed to test him. His phone lit up with her last message, short and cold, dangling there like bait. His thumb hovered over the screen. He could feel the anger rising, the need to defend himself, to prove she was wrong. If I don't say something now, she'll think I don't care, he thought. His heart pounded, his jaw tightened. He typed, erased, typed again. Every word felt like a desperate attempt to hold on. But he stopped. The room was silent except for the sound of his own breathing. He set the phone down and stared at the ceiling. A thought cut through the noise. Why am I letting her pull me out of myself? For the first time all night, he didn't respond, he didn't explain, he didn't chase, he just sat in the quiet, letting the storm inside him settle. And as his body calmed, he realized something he'd forgotten. Strength isn't in reacting, it's in restraint. Hours later, the phone buzzed again. This time it wasn't cold, it wasn't distant, it was her reaching back. And he finally understood. She wasn't waiting for his reaction, she was waiting to feel his steadiness. One false belief men hold is that reacting quickly shows strength. They think firing back, defending themselves, or proving their point will earn her respect. But in reality, every emotional reaction tells her she's in control, and respect can't grow where leadership is lost. Another belief is that silence from her means she's gone. The truth is, silence is often a test. She's not waiting for your reaction. She's waiting to feel your steadiness when she pulls away. She's not testing your words. She's testing your center. The man who reacts is predictable. The man who stays still is unforgettable. The 3% man doesn't take the bait when she pulls back, goes quiet, or tests him. He doesn't fall into the trap of over-explaining, defending, or proving his worth. This is what he understands. Her reaction doesn't define him, and her silence doesn't diminish him. His power is in how little he needs to move. While most men scramble to fix the moment, he trusts the silence. He knows that every time he reacts, he hands over his frame, but every time he stays calm, he reminds her why she was drawn to him in the first place. This is how he leads with presence, not pressure. He isn't trying to control her choices. He's simply mastering his own. And because he refuses to be shaken, she feels what no reaction could ever give her, the certainty of a man who cannot be pulled out of himself. That's the difference she chases. He stared at the screen, her last words sharp, unanswered, hanging heavy in the glow of his phone. His chest tightened, his fingers twitched, every part of him screaming to respond, to defend, to prove, to hold on. The silence between them felt unbearable, like it was swallowing him whole. But then, in the middle of that storm, a quieter truth broke through. He realized it wasn't her silence that hurt the most, it was the way he'd lost himself in it. He wasn't really fighting for her attention. He was fighting for the man he used to feel like when her eyes first lit up at his presence. A slow breath filled his lungs. For the first time, he didn't type. He didn't explain. He didn't chase. He let the silence stand, and in that stillness, he felt his own strength return. The weight on his chest eased. Not because she came back, but because he finally did. He saw it clearly now. His worth was never in her reaction. It was in his restraint. And in remembering that, he no longer needed her to chase because he had already caught himself. The man who cannot be shaken is the man she could never walk away from.